This has to frickin' work. Come on. There it is. Folks, I want to wait for people to get in here. I have a major announcement. I have a major freaking announcement to make, and it's good. Kathy Harden, I just heard the best news in a very long time. I don't want to get into it. It's involved with a person who I'm very close to. They asked me to keep it quiet, but I just want to say it's the best news. And I feel like, I know I'm being sort of histrionic right now, but I feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. I feel like I could cry. I know I'm histrionic. I am so pleased. Oh, Kathy Harden, how I have suffered. It shows you what persistence can do. Oh, God. Oh, it just goes to show you how much of it is psychological. I still have, the residue of anxiety, chronic anxiety that I've had for maybe months. But up here, and it'll eventually work its way down. Up here. And this means that more than ever, I'm into Strat-O-Matic. I'm into Strat-O-Matic, folks. I had said I was going to take another hit. In the fourth inning, but you know what? I'm going to take a hit now. Where's my lighter? There it is. Oh, God. This thing called life is not easy. Even the excitement is. I told my son I was overwhelmed with joy. He was hired. Don't say anything, please. He didn't want me to say anything. That just came out by accident. Please, Kathy, I'm sorry. Bill Stoneman has taken the mound. He's getting ready to pitch to the Cardinals here. It's Montreal nothing and Seattle coming up in the bottom of the first. We'll get right back to this ball game in just a moment. Whew. Oh, Lord, the way I have been in torture. Ooh. Oh. Well, the Expos take the field bottom of the first, and Stoneman on the mound. It's going to be Lou Brock. I'd like to have this go through this game if I'm able to make it. Here's Stoneman now. He's ready. Pitch to Brock. That's 3-7. And he flies it to left for Bailey, and that's one away. Now Kurt Flood. Oh my, oh my. What news? Here's Stoneman now. And the pitch to Flood. 4-7 right-handed, and that is a liner to short. Caught by Wine. 2 outs. And Joe Haig, the batter, hit 170 in 100 at bats. We follow the exact lineups here. Here's Stoneman now, the windup, and the pitch to Haig. That's 5-6 left-handed, struck him out. And that will retire the side. 1-2-3 for Stoneman with a strikeout on Haig. And we've gone one inning here. It's Montreal nothing, St. Louis nothing. Huge, huge, huge game here for the Cardinals, looking to sweep the 3-game series. They won the first one 3-1. Bryles started, got the win, Horner the save. And then in the second game, Gibson threw a 5-hit complete game shutout. And now they're looking for their other ace, Steve Carlton. It's a long season, and in fact, there's about, about 24 games left on average. It varies a little bit team to team, and so there's time here for the Cardinals, the returning National League champions, to make a race of this. It already is a race. And, I think as long as they're 4 or less right now, they can get to be 3.5 now. Every day is a big game. And here comes Carlton now. He retired the Expos in order in the first. It's going to be Coco LeBoy leading it off. Herrera on deck and Fairley in the hole. Okay, Carlton is ready. And the pitch to LeBoy. That's going to be 4-5 right-handed. It's hit well by LeBoy into left. But Brock is back out there, almost at the warning track, makes the catch, one away. LeBoy is retired on a fly ball. Hit well. And here's Jose Herrera, 286 hitter. That's how we always remembered. I could memorize all these batting averages when I was a kid because I would be looking at the cards all the time. Herrera, right-handed hitter, facing Carlton, the left-hander. One out here, top of the second. Carlton now, and the pitch to Herrera. That is a 5-7 right-handed, struck him out. That's the second for Steve. Ron Fairley steps up to the batter's box. Left-handed hitter, has some power. It's even better against left-handers. Oh no, not quite. But still has the power there. It's Steve Carlton now, the wind-up and the pitch to Fairley. 5'11", left-handed. Oh, it's a fly ball to right. No, I did not, Kathy Harden. I did not do that. I did not put cards in the spokes of my bike. I was not one of those kind of guys. I'm so unmechanically inclined, I wouldn't probably even know how to do it, even though I saw other people had it going there. 5'11", fly ball to right. This is for Leron Lee, who makes the catch. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Steve Carlton. And speaking of Leron Lee, he'll be up here thanks to Rhodes Scholar Bill Stoneman. Takes the mound. Torrey will lead it off. Whoops, excuse me. And here's Torrey now. Stoneman, the windup and the pitch to Torrey. That's 4-8 right-handed. He walked him. That's the first base runner in the ball game. Torrey is on first. To lead it off, here's Leron Lee now. Leron Lee, left-handed hitter, facing Stoneman. The right-hander. Stoneman from the stretch now. The pitch to Lee. That's 4-8. He's a left-handed hitter. And he walked him. Leron Lee walks. And that makes it first and second St. Louis here. For Phil Gagliano. Gagliano, right-handed hitter. Kathy Harden notes, I remember putting a card leaning against a wall or a step, and you had to flip a card to try and knock it down. Yeah, I think I might have heard of that game. We used to flip cards. Win them and lose them. Gagliano steps up. It's first on second, no out. Stoneman has walked the first two Cardinals here, and Jimmy Jam has arrived. 40 degrees. How nice. In a January. 40 degrees is relatively mild, when February can be one of the coldest months of the year. Even March it can be cold. And I was in Minnesota once in April. It was 20 degrees, 27 degrees. And I was staying downtown. The wind chill was awful. Just awful. It's Gagliano at the plate. Here's Stoneman now. And the pitch to Gagliano. That's 3-9 right-handed. He grounds it to short. This could be 2. It's Wine. Throws to second to get Leron. And then over to first for the double play. It was a 3-9 double play. Torrey went to third on that. 2 outs now. Torrey on third and Julian in a clutch situation. Here's Julian now. Stoneman. And that's 1-7 right-handed. Oh, it's grounded to short. No one being held. Infield was back. Grounded to second, I'm sorry. Fielded by Sutherland over to Fairley, and the side is retired. It was a 1-7 right-handed ground ball, second A. Stoneman gets out of it after walking 2 to start off the inning. We've gone 2, it's scoreless. Here comes Steve now. No base runners in 2 innings. Carlton on the mound now, and it's going to be Ron Brand to lead it off here. Top of the third, no score. And folks, I am just sort of recovering from an abundance of good news that I heard. I'd rather not to get into what it is. And I feel like my anxiety is, I don't want to say dissipating. It's sort of like, if you imagine the anxiety being a rock in your stomach, the rock is starting to break up a little. Okay, eventually, hopefully it'll break up into very, very fine granular material, and then eventually pass through my feces. I'm sorry, folks. I sometimes I have to stop myself from laughing when I say shit like that. I I don't know. Don't call that bathroom humor. It's much more sophisticated than that. Here comes Brand now. He'll be the seventh batter against Carlton. Here's Carlton now. And the pitch to Brand. Oh, Lord. That's going to be 2-4 left-handed. Popped it up to first for Haig. Who makes the catch? That's 7 in a row for Steve. Now Bobby Wine. The goal is 27. That's a tough thing to do. A very freaking tough thing to do. Wine, right-handed hitter. Steps in the batter's box. Here's Carlton now. That's 2-9. And he chops it to second for Julian. Of course, Julian over to Haig. 2 outs. Remember, Haig playing first base for Torrey, who's catching for the injured Tim McCarver. You see how much a thing like that can do. We have a Leron Lee in for the injured Veda Pinson. Lee out in right field tonight. And it's 2 outs, nobody on. It's going to be Stoneman now. The 9th batter for Montreal tonight. And I got something I'd like to share with you all. After this half inning. Here's Steve Carlton now. The pitch to Stoneman, 2-7, and he struck him out. And that's the 3rd for Steve, and he's perfect through 3. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 3rd. I'd really like to share some with you, and I know that some of you, may think it's a little too intimate. But I want to tell you all something. I've been, I've had episodes of severe depression since about 2001. And some of them have been accompanied by a crippling anxiety. And that was usually because I stupidly went off my medication, which I would never do again. For the past, I don't know how long it is now, a month to 2 months, I have been in pain, literally in pain, emotional pain. It hurts. It actually hurts, the anxiety. And it has to do with issues in my life, but it sort of took on a life of its own, so that I have 2 problems, the anxiety and the issues in my life. And the anxiety is debilitating. And you go back and forth to the issues, and I want to extend an appreciation to those of you who have been supportive of me through the process, either directly or indirectly, just by being there. Just by being here, and even some of the things you've said. I'm talking as if there is something going on here, and it is that I just heard great news today related to my worries. Uh, and I don't want to get too excited, but I can feel the, if you imagine a sort of a anxiety as being the metaphor as a rock, or I could say a hardened large clump of mud stuck in here and causing discomfort. And I feel it starting to ever more, that's how thick this is, the anxiety. It's starting to ever more, it's not like something that dissipates, you know, like a chemical. No, it's a metaphor of and just to show you the pain of the hardened clump, a big clump, but the size of bigger than a softball, is starting to loosen. I feel it loosening. It's that minor, you know. It's just like the physiological effect does persist beyond the cognitive. Up here, literally up here, I'm doing very well right now. And hopefully the trickle down effect, the rationality and the well-being of thoughts will trickle down to the stomach. But it's not going to be easy. Nothing's going to be easy. There's still going to be problems. And I want to thank you for just letting me share that. Meanwhile, as Ron McGrath would say, this is a great frickin' ball game. It really is. We're heading to the bottom of the third, and it's a scoreless ball game. And Bill Stoneman will do his third inning. He walked 2 to start off the second, but got out of it with a double play and then a ground ball out. Stoneman, a good pitcher, you know. Pretty good pitcher. Here's Jerry Devanin playing for the injured Dal Maxville. A rare start for Jerry Devanin today. But he's actually a better hitter than Maxville. Maxville hit 175, but he is a 4. He hit 202. Okay, here's Stoneman now. Carlton on deck. And the pitch from Stoneman. 3-9 right-handed, grounds it to short for Wine. And it's 1 away. You may say, you know, after all this excitement, this positive excitement and all that, wouldn't you want to do something other than play Strat-O-Matic on YouTube? And the answer is absolutely not. There's nothing more I'd want to do, more than ever. Let me enjoy my recreation for a goddamn change. Here's Steve Carlton now, his first plate appearance in the ball game. Stoneman now gets the sign from Brand. By the way, Steve is a 3 NL. Sometimes these I get them mixed up. I knew there was something going on there. Here's the pitch to Steve. That's 5-6. Left-handed, struck him out. And that's the second for Stoneman. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the third, no score here. In a huge freaking game for the Cars. Every game gets big here. Every game. I mean, you know, you just don't know how much these folks, they get remuneration for in different ways than in real world to make it exciting. Expos are ahead of the Phillies, which would provide added remuneration for the Expos, less for the Phils, and also just a quite an accomplishment, an expansion team ahead of one of the oldest teams in baseball history, the Philadelphia Phillies. Two outs, no one on. Brock at the plate. Stoneman on the mound. And the pitch to Brock. That's going to be 4-10 left-handed. Catcher X. It's only our second X today. It was 4-10 left-handed. Catcher X brand is a 4-5. Easy. 16-4. It's a PF. Could be whatever that means. Pop in the foul territory. He's an E5. That's good. That's 8-11. It's going to be a clean PF. And it is a foul out to Brand. So Brock is retired 1-2-3 and a super inning for Bill Stoneman. We've gone 3 innings, and this is a scoreless game. We've had a number of these that go on into this. Stoneman pitching very, very good baseball. And of course, Carlton has not allowed a base runner in 3. And I'm in Studio B right now. Here's Steve Carlton now to pitch his 4th inning. He's been unhittable thus far. It's going to be the top of the order naturally. Bob Bailey, who tapped back to Carlton in the 1st. Here's Carlton. And the pitch to Bailey. That's going to be 6-10 right-handed. Grounds to short X. That's Devannon, a 442. Watch out. He's scary out there. That was a 6-10 right-handed Devannon. That'll be a 6-4. That'll be a 4-6. This thing's falling apart, this chart. It's a 4-6. It's an S2. It gets by Devannon for the first hit of the ball game. And Devannon is a 42. He could boot it also. 6, 12, 13. No, it's just a base hit. But Bailey, the leadoff hitter, gets the first hit off of Steve Carlton. And Gary Sutherland will be the batter. Bailey on first here. Sutherland grounded to second in the first. Carlton will work from the stretch. He gets the sign from Torrey. Here's the pitch to Sutherland. That's 4-9 right-handed, and he walked him. So Carlton has put 2 on here with nobody out. And the great Rusty Staub. This will be lefty-lefty, but Staub still pretty good against left-handers. Hit a 302 with 29. 302. So Staub steps in left-handed against Carlton the southpaw, first and second, no outs. Here's Carlton now from the stretch. That's 5, 9, 10. That's a 5-6, and he struck him out. Big strikeout by Steve. His fourth. It was a 5-6 left-handed. And here's Coco now. We're in the top of the fourth. It's no score. A very, very tense game. Okay, Steve. The pitch to LeBoy. That is a 5-10 right-handed. Struck him out. That's 5. A lot of strikeouts there. And here's Steve trying to get out of this clutch situation for Herrera, who struck out by Steve in the second. Ooh, Lord help me, God. Here's Carlton now, and the pitch to Herrera. 1-5 left-handed, grounds it to short. That's going to end the inning. It's Devannon who gets it this time and throws it on over to Joe Haig, and the side is retired. It was a 1-5 left-handed. And we're in the middle of the fourth. It's still a scoreless game. Bottom of the fourth now, Stoneman has been as tough as Carlton. He retired the side in the first and the third. Here's Flood. Popped to short in the first. Stoneman, the big right-hander for Montreal. And here's the pitch to Flood. That is 2-8 right-handed. Grounds it back to Stoneman. He fields it quite nicely. And throws to Fairley at first, one down. The only hit in the game is a single by Bailey, as Stoneman has allowed 2 walks but not any hits yet. Here's Haig now. Struck out in the first. That's 3-5 right-handed, and that is a liner to first, caught, oh, by Fairley. Oh, what a nice catch by Ron Fairley to make the second out. Still no hits allowed. Oh, he hit 3-5 there, single 1 to 9, and it was a 20. 2 outs, and here's Torrey now. Stoneman. And that's 2-9 right-handed, and he chops it to second for Sutherland, who throws it over to Fairley, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Stoneman, who has retired 8 in order. I'll take a break for now I'm going to take a break for about 2 to 3 minutes, folks. Just to compose myself. Some really big news today. Wow. And just try not to lose my head over it. In case you're wondering, my name is Jeffrey Guterman. Indeed, Kathy Harden, indeed. In What a Ball Game. My name is Jeffrey Guterman, and this is the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network. We'll just keep it right here for a little while. While I take a break, I might even take a bite to eat. I might be about 10 minutes. But don't go anywhere. We're coming back soon. We've got a ball game. thus far in today's game, you could say Steve Carlton has met his match in Bill Stoneman. Oh, that felt pretty good. Oh, that felt pretty good there. I'm going to take a walk outside for about 2 minutes. When we come back, it'll be Steve Carlton on the mound again. It's a shutout ball game, a pitcher's duel. We've gone 4 here in St. Louis. It's a grass turf. It's the third of a 3-game series. Cards took the first 2 on great pitching. And a win here, they move within 3 1/2 games of the first place Pittsburgh Pirates. Again, I'm getting some fresh air. I'll be back very shortly. Hey everybody, I'm Jeffrey Guterman. I am back in Studio B after my my little walk, and we are in the midst of a very good ball game. We've gone 4 innings, it's scoreless, and Carlton will come out. He's allowed the only hit in this ball game. It was a single to Bailey last inning. He was left on along with Sutherland, who he walked. And leading it off for the Expos will be Ron Fairley. Fairley flew to right in the second. This will be lefty-lefty. Carlton and the pitch to Fairley. That's 4-10. Left-handed, fly ball center for Flood. And that's one away. Now Ron Brand, the catcher. Here's Brand now, and the plate, and the pitch from Carlton. That's 5-8 left-handed, and it's a grounder back to Steve. He fields it and throws it to Haig, 2 outs. In the middle of some trouble there. 5-8. Oh, wait a minute. I'm so sorry I misread that. It's a good thing we checked that out. That's a ground ball second X for Brand. So that will be Julian. We'll change this as needed. No, that is a re-roll. It's going to be 11-2 for Julian. He's at 26. It's a G2. He's an E26. That's 467. Oh, wait a minute. That was wrong. Wrong side. I'm so sorry. It's an 11-2 G1. I'm sorry. And it is a 4, 5, 6, 7, 26. And he throws him out. We'll just add a this to it and make that 2 away. And here's Bobby Wine. Cardinal fans being treated to quite a pitcher's duel here. Their own Steve Carlton. 2 outs. The pitch to Wine. That's 6-10 right-handed. It's a grounder to short X. That will be Devannon, a 442. Dangerous out there. Whoa! Whoa! Where'd that die go? There it is. That didn't roll. That didn't even roll, folks. Just gotta go through the dice tower. You can see even the dice tower was put out. Again, Devannon, a 442 at short on the X call. That's a 6-4, and that's going to be an S1. Devannon also a whopping 42. 6, 12, 14. That doesn't sound good. And he does boot it. It's an S1E1. It's going to be a single and an error for Wine. Only to bring up the pitcher, Stoneman. And I still don't know what those singles and errors look like. So Brand on second with 2 outs. Wine on second with 2 outs. And here comes Stoneman now. Clutch situation, Stoneman. A 1 WR. Here's Steve. And that's 4-7 right-handed, and that is a liner to second, caught by Julian. Nice catch of the liner. It was 4-7 right-handed. Single 1 to 9, but it's a 13. So Carlton gets out of that. No runs, 1 hit, the error. First error of the ball game, and 1 left on, no runs. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th here, and it's going to be Leron Lee facing Carlton. I'm sorry, facing Stoneman. I am so sorry. Leron Lee steps in. He walked and was out on a double play in the 2nd. Here's Stoneman and the pitch to Leron. That's going to be 5-7. Left-hander. Grounds to second X. That's for Sutherland, a 326. Whoa, it's a 2-3. It's going to be an S2 for Leron. And Sutherland is an E26. That'll be a 9-11. No, it's going to just be a base hit. A leadoff single by Leron Lee. He's a 1 to 14 East Stealer. And here comes Gagliano. Gagliano grounded into a double in the second. It's Lee on first. Stoneman on the mound. That's the first hit allowed by Stoneman. The pitch to Gagliano. That's 1-8 right-handed. It's a base hit by Gagliano. Leron rounding first goes to third. And the Cards have something going here. First and third, nobody out. Here's Julian. A big situation here for Julian. First and third, no outs. Stoneman on the mound now. His first endurance is the sixth. Here's Julian now at the plate. Stoneman. That's 1-6. Oh, and it's going to be a base hit by Julian. Lee comes home. Gagliano to third, and the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead. Oh, and the fans are loving it. It's like a breeze of loveliness. 3 straight singles there off Stoneman. Brand has come out to talk to Stoneman just to try to calm him down. Stoneman went all the way in a 3-0 shutout in real world in this game. Carlton got the loss, and Mudcat came in after a pinch hitter. It's not like Steve didn't pitch well, but Julian with a big single there. It's first and third, still no outs, and here's Devannon now. Devannon grounded to short in the third. Infield is back. And the pitch to Devannon. That's 2-4 right-handed. Oh, it's a base hit up the middle for Devannon. A single up the middle. Thrown in by Herrera. That was a single clean. Lee scores. Gagliano scores. Julian going around. He's got speed 1-16. That was to center. And they will let him go. And the Cardinals have broken out here with a 2-run 5th inning thus far on 4 straight singles off Stoneman, and still nobody out. And it's going to be Carlton. They're going to keep him in here. First and third, still nobody out. Here's Stoneman. And the pitch now to Steve. Left-handed hitter, 5'8", and he struck him out. Giving Stoneman a chance here. Lou Brock now. It's first out, first and third, 1 out infield. Back on Brock. 0 for 2, Brock. Stoneman trying to get out of this with 2 runs. And here is the pitch to Brock. And that's going to be 5-4 left-handed. Fly ball center X, but watch out. It's Herrera. He's a 4-6, of course. Lord. 5-4 left-handed. This may be the end for Stoneman. Herrera 4-6. That's going to be a 6-4. It's an S2. That's going to be it for Stoneman. Lord, S2 at least. With Herrera an E6. 5, 6, 7, 8. It will be an S2 at first and third. Everybody advances 2 bases. Another base hit, this one by Brock. Devannon goes to third. Julian scores. It's 3-0. And here comes Red Shandy. Gene Mauch. That's going to be it for Stoneman. He is knocked out. It's first and third, still only 1 out with Flood due up. That's it for Stoneman. He pitched 4 1/3. Allowed his first hit this inning, and he ends up allowing 5 in 1/3 of an inning. He's responsible for 3. And first and third. The beer sales just went up in the stands as the crowd relaxes a little. Kathy Harden notes, and I bet you that's true. I bet you that's true for sure. As the Cardinals take a 3-0 lead. And let's see who's coming in for Stoneman now. They used nobody. Raymond McGinnon Face pitched last game. They'd be our last choices. I'm surprised this guy, and he may have to pitch a little bit. Karl Simbera, and not a bad pitcher for them. Simbera will come in, and they just had the pitcher hit, so he may get to pitch a few innings. We'll see. Simbera will come in next inning. Now. He will come in now. I'm so sorry. And Simbera comes out to the mound, taking his warm-ups. It's still only 1 out. Carlton struck out, but it was 4 straight singles to start the inning. Then Carlton struck out, and Brock with another base hit. It's first and third. Brock being held 1-15, 1-17 with Brand. So we may see a steal situation here. Here's Karl Simbera now. He's ready. Facing Flood. Again, Brock, 1-17, being held 1-15, +2 on Brand, 1-17. Here's the pitch to Flood. There goes Brock, and he's out. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Brock is thrown out. What a tough call. That's 2 away now. With Julian on, Devannon on third, and a clutch for Joe Haig. Here's Simbera now. The pitch to Haig. That's 6-8 left-handed, and he walked him. That would have been bases loaded. Now it's first and third with, oh, wait a minute. Flood was still up. I am so sorry. Flood was still up. And we're going to have to go with Flood on that roll. 6-8 right-handed. It's still a walk. We are so sorry. Flood was still up when Brock was thrown out. We are so sorry. Here's Joe Haig now. Haig go for 2. 3 runs in here in the bottom of the 5th. knocking Stoneman out. Here's Simbera. And that's 4-9 left-handed grounder to short X. That'll be wine 344. Oh boy, 4-3. And that's an S1. He's an E44, that's 10-13. And it is a single and an error. Another one of those. That one to wine. Going to second. Flood goes to third, and Devannon scores the fourth run. That's charged to Stoneman. We will give him the run batted in, and we'll allow it to be earned. We're not going to quibble. First and third, a terrible inning here for the Montreal Expos as Joe Torre comes to the plate. Just a crazy, crazy inning. And could quite happen in real baseball. Here's Torre now. Simbera has walked the first batter, then a single to Haig, and then he made a throwing error. It would have been an infield hit, I suppose. Or something else. It's 2 out, second and third. Torre in the clutch. Here's the pitch from Simbera. And that is 4-5 right-handed, grounded to third for LeBoy, who throws Torre out, and the side is retired. But there were 4 runs. Huge 4 runs. Leron Lee led it off with a base hit. And we've gone 5. It's 4-0 now. And meanwhile, Steve pitching his game. His first endurance is not until the 8th. Close Stoneman out with 4 earned runs. Okay, Steve takes the mound. It'll be the top of the order. Bob Bailey, 1 for 2 today. Here's Carlton. That's 4-6 left-handed. Struck him out. Number 6 for Steve. This is the way the Cardinals are when they're a winning team. They're a winning team now. 4-0. With Carlton on the mound and ready to move in within 3.5 games of the Pirates. Here's Sutherland. It's all up to Steve now. The wind-up and the pitch to Sutherland. That's 3-4 left-handed. He walked him. Second walk given up by Steve. Staub is the batter. Steve from the stretch. He's gotten Staub on strikes twice. Here's the pitch. That's 5-11 left-handed. Fly ball right field. Playable by Leron. And Leron makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Leron Lee out in left. Actually, that was to right. Right? That was not Leron Lee. Yes, it was really Leron Lee. Yes, I'm so sorry. Out and right. And here comes Coco LeBoy. It's Sutherland on first, 2 outs. Here's Steve now. And the pitch to LeBoy. 4-6 right-handed. And it is a base hit. Oh, Sutherland goes to third, but there's 2 outs. A nice single off Carlton there by Coco on a 4-6 right-handed. And it's up to Jose Herrera in that clutch situation. 2 away. Steve trying to get out of this. Herrera now in the batter's box. Here's Steve from the stretch. That's 1-8. And Herrera grounds it to short for Devannon, who throws to Haig, and the side is retired. So Herrera missing his sweet spots. No runs, 1 hit, a walk, both left. And Carlton gets out of that. It's 4-0 Cardinals in the middle of the 6th. The Cards almost batted around in the 5th. It's Carlos Sembera who came in. And leading it off will be Leron Lee, who started it off with a base hit, and he scored. First 4 batters that inning all scored. Sembera facing Leron Lee, a left-handed hitter. Sembera, the right-hander. And here's the pitch from Sembera to Leron Lee. It's 4-4. He's a left-handed hitter. And he flies it to right field for Staub, who's under it. Oh, wait, ballpark effect. Ballpark effect. This could drop in for a single. Leron Lee is a left-handed hitter. This is a 4-4 left-handed, ballpark effect. Leron Lee, the left-hander in St. Louis. They've got a fast run here, but it is going to be a line out to second. A line out to second for Leron. 1 down. And here's Gagliano now. Gagliano 1 for 2 today. And Sembera, the pitch to Gagliano. That is 4-6 right-handed, grounds to third for LeBoy, and it's 2 outs. And here's Julian. Julian had a base hit and a run batted in. And he scored in that crazy 5th inning. 2 outs, no one on. Julian at the plate. Sembera. And the pitch. That is 6-4 right-handed, and he struck him out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Sembera. We'll head to the top of the 7th in just a couple minutes here. We hope you're enjoying this ball game. Brought to you by the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network. And I'm Jeffrey Guterman. Just trying to get by my days here. You have a real St. Louis Cardinal in January? I believe you. That's pretty wild. Rhodes Scholar is here. I do need to just spend a few minutes eating. Give me a minute, will you? Isn't that something? Rhodes Scholar says this Cardinal, he's huddled alone in a leafless bush in my yard, still a bright, beautiful red with black belly. I'll tell you, it's a colorful bird. Yeah, folks, just enjoy it. Let's just chill for a few. Jays are beautiful too. I don't see jays, I'll tell you that. I see a cardinal every blue moon. I don't think I see blue jays. Speaking of birds, you ever stop to think when the dodo bird existed, it's extinct now, I believe it existed maybe in the 1400s, even as late as the 1600s. I'm not sure, but the look of them in paintings makes them to look almost prehistoric, don't you think? And can you imagine them waddling around? They didn't fly. I'm not sure if they could fly, but they didn't. Of course, the dodo is invoked in Alice in Wonderland. The theories I've heard about it is that they were too vulnerable, and it was humans who killed them off and ate them. And they were vulnerable to other animals. It's a big frickin' bird. It's funny how some birds won't let you go near them, they'll fly away. And then you take pigeons, they don't give a shit. I mean, if you start to invade their personal space, they'll probably move, but generally they walk around not giving a shit about you. Rhodes Scholar, that's funny stuff. Rhodes Scholar, wouldn't it be the other way around, that if they tasted worse, they'd still be around? No one would want to eat them. If they tasted better, they'd only kill more of them. I'm just trying to follow your logic. Unless you meant that we could breed them. Maybe that's what it is. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to relax tonight. You know, I didn't take a nap, folks, and this is the second day in a row I have not napped. And I have almost not even thought about it. My sleep is just ever so slightly improved. Waking up at a normal hour, about 5 o'clock, and then going back and then getting up again at 7. The going back is good. And occasional interruptions in the middle of the night, which are no freaking bother to me anymore. Hey folks, I'm back. I'm Jeffrey Guterman. And it's 4-0. This is the last game of September 7 in our 1969 replay. And I got to tell you something. The big game was this game because, I really want St. Louis to get back in this. Then I don't know who I'd really want to win, Pittsburgh or St. Louis. I'm not a big St. Louis fan. I'm just a fan of wanting a pennant race. I kind of like the Giants. Always liked them. Wasn't a fan, but I want them to come out to Atlanta and take over Atlanta. Who won in real world? Of course, I'd like to see the Cubs and the Mets move up. They're both 11 out. And it's getting late in the season for being double digits out. Now, Steve Carlton is on the mound. It will be Fairley leading it off. Carlton still throwing shutout baseball. Got into a little trouble the last 3 innings. Okay, here's Carlton now. 4-5 left-handed, and there's a base hit for Fairley to open it up off Carlton. So they're getting hits off Carlton now. Fairley on first, leading it off. And here comes Ron Brand. Brand 0 for 2. With the Expos down by 4 runs. Carlton from the stretch. That'll be 2-10 left-handed, and it's a base hit to left for Brand. Fairley will hold. He's a 1-11. So, couple singles here, and Bobby Wine the batter. And once again, there's action in the Montreal bullpen. We're going to have to go through the schedule to see who's rested enough to come in. This is a really unfortunate situation, but here's Wine now. We'll have him hit away first and second, facing Carlton now. The pitch to Wine. That's 1-6. And he grounds it back to Carlton, and he forces Brand at second. Fairley goes to third, first and third, Wine on first. And there's going to be a hitter for Sembera. There will be a hitter here for Sembera, who pitched 1 2/3. Before we do that, I hope you don't mind. It doesn't take long. I take a look to see if Jerry Robertson might be available. Oh no, he started the game on the 6th. Whoa. Whoa. That's not going to work very well. Not going to work well at all. And Renko. And Wegener. When did Wegener? Actually, oh, yes, Wegener is available. Oh. Right-hander. He does both. He doesn't start for a while. He'll be the new pitcher. And let's see who's going to hit here. First and third, one out. It's really something. They don't have much at all. It's going to be Adolfo Phillips, right-handed hitter. Let me just check one thing here. Yeah, they didn't have anybody pinch hit. They had Ferry pinch hit, but he's a left-hander. That's it. So we're going to go with Phillips. A pretty bad hitter. It's a pretty bad team. Phillips first and third. They don't have much. They have some left-handed hitters who I'd rather not bring up. Here's Phillips now with one out. First and third. And Carlton. And the pitch to Phillips. That's 5'9", right-handed, and he struck him out. The 7th strikeout for Steve. No doubt about it, he's tough today. He's pitched 7 scoreless. It's a 7th inning stretch. And there's a new pitcher for Montreal, Mike Wegener. Mike Wegener taking his warm-ups. Wegener taking his warm-ups on the mound. It is a 4:05 p.m. Eastern time here in the U.S., 1:05 on the West Coast. It's already nighttime in Europe, Africa, and parts of Asia, and moving, it's already tomorrow. in other parts of the world. In fact, it's about 6 in the morning on Tuesday in New Zealand, roughly 6 in the morning. Mike Wegener taking his warm-ups on the mound. It's 4-0 Cards. It's a very, very satisfying thing for Cardinal fans. I think I'm going to treat myself to another hit here. Just one last hit. That's all I'll need for the night. Not that I even need this. This would be the last one that I take. What I want to do when this game is over is eat a little more and then just lie in the bed and veg out and watch whatever I want. News, documentaries, what I usually do. This will last till through into tomorrow. It's almost like after such a good news today, it's almost like your body is ready to collapse from all the stress that it's been. But it's almost like I can take almost anything, not anything, but I can take a lot of shit now. Get used to it. Oh, God. He's been tough today. Here's Mike Wegener, though. Carlton's been tough. He's going to face Devannon, Carlton, and Brock in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Devannon. He singled and scored 1 for 2 today in that 4-run 5th that blasted Stoneman. Here's Wegener now. 2-6 right-handed, grounds it to third for LeBoy, and he throws it over to fairly 1 out. Here's Carlton. .511, left-handed, base hit Carlton off Wegener. And now Lou Brock 1 for 3. He was cut out stealing in that 4-run inning. Wegener from the stretch. 2-4 right-handed, grounds it to first, and Fairley will get Carlton at second for the force. So Brock is on with 2 outs. 1-15, 1-17. He was already thrown out once. Here's Flood now. He usually goes on the first pitch, or often does. Here's the pitch from Wegner. Oh, and there goes Brock again. And he is safe this time, just barely. Brock with a stolen base. Now in scoring position with 2 outs for Flood. Wegener. And that's 5-3 right-handed, fly ball left X. And under that is Bailey, a 425. 425, 15, 4, F2, E25. That's 478, E25. And he makes the catch. And the side is retired. A nice catch by Bailey out in left. Side is retired. And we head to the 8th, 4-0. No runs allowed by Steve. He has allowed 4 hits, all singles. He's walked 2, struck out 7. And here's the top of the order again. Bailey, 1 for 3. Tough enough overcoming a 4-run deficit, but that you have to face a Steve Carlton. Here's Bailey now at the plate. The pitch from Carlton. That's 2-3 left-handed, chops it to second for Julian. And he throws it to Haig. 1 down. Here's Sutherland. Sutherland hits right-handed. Okay, Steve. And the pitch to Sutherland. 2-8 left-handed, grounds it to third for Gagliano, and he throws it to Haig, 2 outs. And here's Staub. 4-0 shutout by Carlton here. We're in the 8th. Staub at the plate, left-handed hitter. He's 0 for 3. The pitch from Steve. That's going to be 4-7 left-handed, and it's a base hit for Staub. His first of the game, but a 2-out single. And Coco LeBoy, the batter. Coco has some power. This is Steve's first endurance inning. Here's the pitch from Steve. It's 6-6 right-handed, and he struck him out. So Steve, again with the heat there. 8th strikeout. Side retired, no runs, 1 hit. Still the shutout by Steve Carlton. It's 4-0 Cardinals. And Wagner out for his second inning here. Haig, Torrey, and Leron Lee. Wagner taking his warm-ups. It's a very subdued, relaxed atmosphere in the Cardinals dugout. You could see it. Leading 4-0 with Carlton in the 8th, and coming within 3.5. They know that they have their work cut out for them to catch Pittsburgh. I bet you they're going to have a series with Pittsburgh soon. Next, they play the Phillies. I think that there's Pittsburgh on September 10. And the 11th, and the, wait a minute, holy cow, might be a double header on the 11th. Wait. Holy cow. It starts on the 10th, and it is a double header. Holy cow. Oh. And then they play a third game on the 11th. And that's the series. That's going to be something. So get ready for that. They have a series with the Phillies after this. But then on September 10th, they come into Pittsburgh. Oh, they're liking this weather, sure, Kathy Harden, absolutely. Just finishing up my meal, folks. I heard chicken prices went down. When we come back, it will be Haig, Torrey, and Lee in the bottom of the 8th. And then if you're looking ahead For Montreal, down by 4. Herrera, Fairley, and Brand. Oh. Excuse me. It's just a hiccup. It's not a burp. Sometimes when I eat food quickly, I get that. Oh. Oh my God. Oh. We'll be getting started any moment now. As you probably know, every game is different, every broadcast is different. And I'm glad to be able to get through this ball game with you. It's going to be Wegener in his second inning of relief. And if, like I said before, if you're looking ahead to the top of the ninth for the Expos, who trail 4-0, it will be Herrera, Fairley, and Brand. Now Wegener, for his second inning, he faces Joe Haig to start off. Here's Wegener now. He's ready, and the pitch to Haig. That is 2-7 right-handed, pops it up to short for Wine, and there's one away. Here's Torrey. Wegener now. And the pitch. 5-7 right-handed. Fly ball center for Herrera. He makes the catch, two-way. And here's Leron Lee. Left-handed hitter facing a Wegener. Lee 1 for 2 today. He walked, he singled and scored, and popped to second. As I recall, that was on a ballpark effect. Here's Wegener, the right-hander, facing Lee, batting left. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 8th for the Cards. Here's the pitch to Lee. That's going to be 5-5, left-handed. And he walked him. I'm sorry, he struck him out. I am so sorry. It was 5-5 left-handed. Lee is a left-handed hitter, folks. And he struck him out. And we're heading to the 9th now. I say the star of the game is Steve Carlton. Steve is throwing a shutout baseball through 8. He has allowed 6 hits, struck out 8, walked 2. This would be win number 15 for Steve. Leading it off is Jose Herrera. Okay, here's Steve now to get the shutout. Herrera leads it off. The windup by Steve and the pitch. That's going to be 111 left-handed, and he pops it up left side by third base in foul territory. Gagliano has room, and that's 1 away in foul territory. It was a 111 left-handed. I shit you not. And here's Fairley now. Fairley 1 for 3. Big game here for the Cardinals, for the Redbirds. Too bad Ron McGrath isn't here to enjoy it. He's a big Cardinals fan. Carlton gets the sign from Torrey. Here's the pitch to Fairley now. Fairley is a left-handed hitter, yes. That is 4-5 left-handed, and it is a base hit for Fairley. His second of the ball game. They don't have anyone better, sir, if that's what you were talking about, the lefty. Unless you think I missed something on Herrera. Do I need to do a replay, Rhodes Scholar? Let me know. Please let me know. We're waiting for Rhodes Scholar to clarify with supposedly 1 out and Fairley on first. And Ron Brand due up. Oh, you're talking about what a game he's pitched. Yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah. Just like to be sure. So it's Fairley on first, one out. Brand at the plate. He's 1 for 3. Right-handed hitter. Carlton from the stretch. From the stretch. The pitch to Brand, it's 5-6 right-handed, and he struck him out, number 9 for Steve. It was a 5-9. And it's all up to Bobby Wine. Carlton from the stretch, and the pitch to Wine. 3-7 right-handed against the left-hander. He hits it to short. Devannon fields it, throws it over to Haig. And this ball game is over. A 3-7 against the left-handed. This game is over, and the Cardinals win their 3rd in a row on a brilliant shutout, consecutive shutouts for the Cards. Gibson shut out the Expos 5-0 in yesterday's game. And Bryles pitched well in the first game and got a save from Horner. We'll do our wrap-up here, our brief wrap-up. And it may have seemed like a sort of a mild ball game, but it was very important for St. Louis. The win goes to Carlton, his 15th. He pitched 9, complete game shutout, allowing 7 hits. 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, no runs though. The loss goes to Stoneman, who got bombed in the 5th. Wegener pitched 2. The final line, St. Louis 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. My goodness, Montreal no runs, 7 hits. And no error. Look at that, how those hits are all spread out. These were all together. I think there's something to that. Carlton, a great performance. Again, it's going to put the Cardinals 3.5 games behind the Pirates. Stay strong, everybody. Stay well. And I hope to catch you tomorrow. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for the good news. And you have a great evening. Thank you for being here. I'm just utterly exhausted. Thank you everybody for being here, and I hope to see you in the morning. Take care.